Good morning and welcome to finals day here at the Argo Group Gold Cup in Hamilton Harbour, Bermuda, of the 7th stage of the World Match Racing Tour 2011. It's Sunday morning, the sun is shining, and we have woken up with two finalists who are going to take to the water later and battle it out to see who can be crowned champion here of the Argo Group Gold Cup. Let's have a look at those semi-final results and see who's going through. So in a showdown between Johnny Berntsen of Sweden and Francesco Bruni of Italy, it was Berntsen of Sweden who took the victory 3-1 over Bruni. And in the battle between Mirsky of Australia and Robertson of New Zealand, Mirsky cleaned out 3-0 against the young Kiwi. So it is Sweden versus Australia when we take to the water later. Johnny Berntsen obviously 9th place on the overall leaderboard at the moment. Torvar Mirsky a little bit higher up. Torvar Mirsky, of course, still in contention for the championship, so he needs all the points he can get. And if Johnny wins here, he will boost himself all the way up to 5th place on the overall rankings. So a lot at stake for both of these teams. But of course, on the penultimate night before final, for wonderful cocktail party here in Bermuda. I was lucky enough to be invited, and I caught up with a couple of people there, two of whom won't be making it through to the finals today. Well, I'm here at the Final Four cocktail party hosted by the Right Honourable Christopher Sharples and, of course, everyone from the Royal Bermuda Yacht Club. And it is a cocktail party for local dignitaries, sponsors and, of course, our Final Four that made it into the semi-finals. I'm absolutely delighted to say that I'm joined here this evening by Mark Watson, CEO of Argo Group. Mark, Argo Group are the title sponsors here of the Argo Group Gold Cup. Just tell me a little bit about, your business and why you're involved in the Bermuda Gold Cup.
Well, we're one of the international companies here on the island. We've been here for a number of years, and a few years ago, we noticed that the yacht club didn't have a title sponsor for the event, and we thought it'd be a really good opportunity for us to get our brand more well known, not only here in Bermuda, but in the worldwide reinsurance market. A lot of our clients come here from all over the world. They've been here all week. We've been doing it for several years now. And it's just a wonderful community event. It's a great sailing event. It's been going on for quite a long time, as you know, and it's just a great place.
Now, not only do you sponsor the event, but you're also part of the GAC team Pindar this week with Ian Williams at the helm. They are sponsored by you and Argo Group this week. Tell me a little bit about that relationship. Is that all part of your activation of sponsorship of the event?
Well, every year we pick one or two teams to sponsor, and for the last several years we've sponsored Ian's team. And we keep cheering hard for Ian. As you know, he is a two-time world champion.
Yeah, absolutely, and he came into this event at the top of the table, but not a great event for him this year. Now, I've seen you out on the water on a huge, big luxury motorboat with plenty of guests. Just tell me a little bit about the corporate hospitality that you have going on.
Well, see, I convinced Ian to come out and talk to all of our guests because, as you know, match racing is a little bit complicated. So it's a good time for us to kind of sit down with our clients and show them what yacht racing is like and a side of Bermuda they might not otherwise see.
Okay, and what about the future of the Gold Cup? It's a big question that everyone's asking. We have new events coming on the tour. The bar is being raised day by day. Of course, the Bermuda Gold Cup has a huge amount of history. We really want to see that curve continue with the Bermuda Gold Cup. Is it going to?
Well, I think it gets better every year. I mean, look, you all bring more coverage every year. There are more people. There are more viewers. There are 9 tour card holders. All 9 of them were here. I think that says a lot about the event. There's a lot of interest in the event, not just among sailors, but among the corporate community, both here and internationally. And yeah, I think the future is bright. I mean, look, it's getting a little dark out there now, but I mean, there's no better place in the world to sail. But you know that, right?
Of course I do. Of course I do. But you're a sailor yourself, obviously. I know you've been out Etchell sailing this afternoon.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you can only watch for so long. And so I had my team in this weekend too, so we were out practicing the last few days getting ready for the Worlds in Sydney.
Okay, well, very best of luck with that, and thank you very much, Mark Watson. And finally, we come to the stars of the show. We won't be speaking to them in the morning because they'll be heading out for the putty finals, but we do have here Francesco Bruni and Phil Robertson. Sadly, neither of them made it through to the final, but they will be battling it out for 3rd and 4th position tomorrow. Francesco,
And
Oh, you've had a big week this week, you know, you've had a bang to the head, you've fallen over the side, and today the magic just didn't quite come for you, did it?
yes, well, it's been a very interesting week for us, as you said. It's been a lot of racing. We went through the repechage, a sail off. My guys have done a fantastic job, and we did a very, very good quarterfinals against Richard, which put us in the top 4, which is very important for the World Tour, and this is all it mattered to us. Obviously, we would have loved to be in the finals tomorrow against Torvar, but wasn't quite possible. Johnny did a fantastic semi-finals. We made some mistakes and we pay for it, and tomorrow we have a good race against Phil.
Well, we're not going to focus on those mistakes because we've already talked about them and I know you've spoken to your crew about them. Let's focus on the overall championship. Obviously, Ian Williams didn't get past the quarterfinals. You made it into the semis. That gap will get bigger, but it's not impossible. You know, you're still very much in this game going into Malaysia.
Absolutely. We made some maths, some calculations, and our team, Mirsky and Williams, we're all going to be in within 5, maximum 8 points difference, which makes the regatta in Malaysia very, very interesting, and we can all win. It's going to be very nice.
How are you going to spend your time between now and Monsoon Cup? Are you going to do some training? Are you going to focus, or are you going to just go on holiday and hang out?
We will have some training. We will try to have some other racing. For sure, we'll have some training and hopefully some time off as well before Malaysia. We don't have to do the same mistakes we did in St. Moritz and Sweden, going to the event tired. That would be a very stupid mistake.
Okay, and obviously trying to beat Phil Robertson tomorrow and get 3rd instead of 4th is important for you. Every point counts.
We already have an agreement. It's all done.
Okay, well, I'm not sure Phil will agree with that. Phil, a tough day against Torvar. Everything he seemed to do turned to gold today.
Yeah, he did, and I think everything we did today just went sour as well. So yeah, it's polar opposite from yesterday, where we couldn't put a foot wrong, and today we just couldn't put a foot right. So it is what it is, and that's yachting.
Final 4, though, a great result for you this year.
Yeah, no, awesome result. We're obviously very happy to be where we are, and I think my team's just done a really good job of staying focused this week and getting the boat up to speed when we need it to be fast. And yeah, we've done a really good job for us, and we're happy to be where we are.
Okay, and we've just heard from Francesco. Obviously, his aim is to take that top spot in the overall championship. Looking forward to Malaysia and beyond into 2012. Where are your thoughts right now?
We're just taking one step at a time. Look, we haven't even gone further than tomorrow, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I think we're still focusing on trying to get an entry to the Monsoon Cup for now, and a 3rd tomorrow would definitely help our chances. So that's where we're aiming, and that's what we're trying to do. And if we can get to the Monsoon Cup, that would be really cool. Okay,
well, Francesco's just disappeared. Have you had any thoughts about how you're going to take him down tomorrow?
Yeah, no, we've still got beef from Germany, I believe. So that ended 2-2, and yeah, the boys know it. So we're going out tomorrow to fight for that, and we'll come out strong for sure and pretty aggressive. I think we'll be well fired up.
Okay, Phil, well, thank you very much. Best of luck to tomorrow. I'll let you get back to the cocktails, which are flowing here thick and fast. Obviously, it is the Final 4 cocktail party. So for now, goodbye. So that was Phil Robertson and Francesco Bruni, who'll be battling it out for 3rd and 4th place. But of course, I'm now joined by our 2 finalist teams who will be battling it out to see who can become champion here in Bermuda. Johnny Bernson, I'm going to come to you first. How are you feeling this morning? Are you psyched and ready to go?
Yeah, it has been an excellent, calm morning for us. The last day we have been sailing a lot, so we had a nice breakfast, and yeah, we're looking forward to some racing today.
Okay, can you just introduce me to your team that you're going to be racing with here this afternoon?
Yeah, I'm racing with Johan Barne, who is the bowman and the tactician on board. And then we have Björn Lundgren, who trims the main. And then we have Oskar Angevall, who does the trimming of the spinnaker and the jib.
Okay, so Oskar, I'm going to come to you first. How have you found this week? The conditions haven't been easy.
No, it's been quite windy for Bermuda, and we'll kind of like it. It's a lot of rock and roll when the breeze is on, so it's fun.
Okay, and how have you managed to keep Bjorn sort of focused? I know it hasn't been easy. You guys nearly slipped out. You went into the repechage. You went into the sail-off. You've done a lot of sailing here. How has that been?
Yes, it's been a tough week. I mean, a bit of luck, and I think we have managed to sail well when when we really need it. So yeah, we're really happy to be here.
Okay, and Mr. Tactician, any secrets this afternoon? We've got Mirsky's team just behind us, but obviously your focus has to be to go out and win today. But what have you learnt this week about the conditions that you're going to use?
Well, it's now, before it's been north-easterly, and now it's a bit more easterly, so I think it's a new game today. We learned a lot the last few days because there were similar conditions, so similar wind direction. But today I think it's open book and new conditions and a bit lighter breeze as well. So we start from scratch.
Johnny was saying to me last night that he felt that some things you felt weren't right but seemed to be right. Sometimes when the boat doesn't quite feel like it should be right, you seem to be going quite quickly. Would you agree with that?
Well, I only know that when it doesn't feel right, Johnny tells us that it doesn't feel right. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, well, very best of luck out on the race course. Next, we're going to come to the Wave Muscat, Torvar Mirsky at the helm. Torvar, best result here in Bermuda so far. You guys psyched and ready. I know you had a little bit of an interrupted sleep last night watching the rugby, but Australia won, so that's a good omen.
Yeah, it's a nice way to start the day. Bermuda here, we've been here 4 times before and only just starting to figure out these boats. And it's a tricky place, lots of wind changes and things like that, and just really stoked that we're up in the finals and have a chance for the World Championship.
Okay, so can you introduce us to your team now?
Sure, we got Kylie, our main sheet and navigator, and then we've got Graham, who's up the front on the bow, and also water boy, Kinley trimming, and Tids is on the coach boat helping out our Welshman. So.
Okay, well, I'm going to come across to Tids first of all. Tids, you're a coach. You're here. You have sailed with these guys. You sailed with them in St. Moritz, in fact. How important? What sort of feedback are you giving them? What sort of things are you telling them? What's your role as coach?
Well, this event's always been tough for us. We've never made it through the quarters here, so we thought we'd kind of bring an extra edge to the game this year, bringing somebody to watch how the other teams are performing, sailing, what the wind's up to, having an extra set of eyes and ears on the course to help make it a bit easier for these guys. If I see anything how the other teams are doing differently, then I certainly let them know how it could help them.
So chief spy then?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, and Kinley, next up, you're all about making the boat try and go quickly. You're obviously in the middle of the boat doing a lot of trimming and things. How do these boats compare? You've obviously come straight off the back of a catamaran event, so pretty different.
Yeah, they're very different. The first few days I was sort of making the sail as flat as I could get it, which is obviously the wrong thing in these boats because they're a little bit slower, and the more wind you get, the bigger the hole you dig. But yeah, it's just all about keeping the heat in the oven and making sure you just keep going to the right side of the course.
Okay, great. Now, next up, Graham, you're at the front of the boat. We have seen a few spinnakers drop. I know that some of the cleats and things on board the boats aren't quite right. You've got not much on, actually. It's quite an easy boat to do bow on, I believe.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's not overly physical up there, so I've been making sure that we start off the day with a good gym session, just so that we're still getting the heart rate up at some stage of the day.
Wow, I'm impressed, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, and sort of what else? Are you calling the breeze up on the bow? What sort of other information are you giving these guys?
Yeah, in all the events that we sail, I do sort of a long-term, short-term wind strategy, just feeding back some info to Kyle, just making sure we've got another set of eyes on it. Then these boats are really quite tweaky, so it's just important to get a whisker of this on or a whisker of Traveller, just to make sure that you keep the boat moving fast.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Graham. Finally, Kyle, coming to you. You're in charge of trying to get the breeze right, calling the breeze. It hasn't been easy here this week.
No, it's quite difficult. It's it's shifty and pretty difficult to call. Yeah.
Okay. Any secrets? Any patterns? I mean, obviously we've heard that the breeze is slightly different today. Have you been out there, had a look? How are you going to get dialed in today?
Nothing that we really want to talk about now, but we can tell you at the end of the day our secrets and our way of calling it. But.
Okay, Carl, thank you very much. Well, I'm just going to come back and stand between Johnny and Torvar once again. So, guys, a big moment for both of you today. I know you're both desperate for a win. Torvar, you've come off a win in St. Moritz. Johnny, you really need a win to get you up to 5th place today. Torvar's not an easy competitor.
No, they are a really good team, and we are looking forward to face them and race them, and we know it's going to be tough, but it's also going to be fun for both of us, and I think for the people who are watching, they're going to see some entertaining match racing.
Okay, and Torvar, lots of people have backed Johnny as being very, very confident, very quick in these boats. He's experienced in these boats. How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, that's right. Jonny's won this event before, and up in his hometown in Stenungsund, Sweden, they've got a fleet of these boats, so he's definitely well trained and up to speed with them, and we just got to make sure we concentrate on what we can control and just do the best we can.
Okay, well, I'm sure you guys will have a shake of the hands and wish each other good luck when you go out on the racecourse. But we've got one other event out there on the water today. It is, of course, the Junior Gold Cup. And here's a little bit about it. Well, one of the big parts of the Argo Group Gold Cup, of course, is the Junior Cup, which is sailed here as well in Hamilton Harbour. And their finals is on the same day as the finals of the Argo Group Gold Cup. I'm delighted to say I'm joined here by Summers Cooper, who's the chairman of the event. Summers, just tell me a little bit about what's going on here.
Sure, Hannah. We have a youth event here that runs concurrently with the Argo Gold Cup. It's the 9th year that Renaissance Reinsurance have sponsored the event. This year we have 17 sailors from overseas. We have from 16 different countries, and they come here. They're invited here because of their ranking in their own country's organization, and they come and race against our locals. It's a great event.
So how many sailors do you have?
We have 40 altogether.
Okay, and the age group?
They run from about 9 years old up to 15.
Okay, and from all over the world?
All over the world. Singapore, Holland, Curacao, United States, Canada, I could go on and on.
That's absolutely fantastic. And what's the format? Are you fleet racing?
We are fleet racing. We had a little bit of a struggle yesterday with the breeze, so we only got 2 races in, but we're going to try and get 5 races in today, 5 races in tomorrow, and then on the big Gold Cup course on Sunday, have our final race in between the finals.
It's absolutely fantastic. And obviously we're sailing in Optimists here.
We are.
Are they the club Optimists?
They are the Optimists. Obviously the children from overseas can't bring their boats, so they use the RBYC's Optimists that we have here, and the local kids have their own.
Okay, well, one of our competitors is also here, your son, Chase Cooper. Chase, you been enjoying the event so far?
Yes, so far.
And tell me, we were just talking about who your favourite sailor was in the big Gold Cup. Just tell us who that is.
Ian Williams or Torvar Mirski.
Okay, and who do you think's going to win out of those two?
Ian Williams.
So have you got lots of friends here racing this week?
Yep.
And what are you enjoying most about it? Obviously it was very windy yesterday. How did you find those conditions?
Well, I'm aching today, so it was kind of hard.
And how are you getting on? Are you winning?
Not exactly. I'm in 14th.
14th out of 40, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Are we going to see you climb up the rankings and get a little better during the week?
I hope so.
How long have you been sailing in Optimist?
5 years, I think.
Okay, all right, Chase, thank you very much. And Summers, well, a great part of the Argo Group Gold Cup, and the final will be here on Sunday. We'll be live with you for the Argo Group Gold Cup final, so we'll bring you all the latest results from the Junior Cup then. Our putty finalists are out on the water. Our finalists are heading out in about 45 minutes. At midday, we are going to have the Optimist Junior Gold Cup, of course, the finals of that, and then we will have the finals of the Argo Group Gold Cup. We will be bringing you coverage from 1 p.m. today. That's UTC -4, 1 p.m. local time here in Bermuda. And if you can't make that, you should make that, but if you can't make that, I will be back with you for today's highlights from 8 o'clock this evening. We will have a champion here of the Argo Group Gold Cup by the end of the day. Join us later. Thank you.